Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. Typically, I take more time in the morning before starting to record, and you can probably hear in my voice that I'm still waking up. I am pre-recording this reading, and it will be premiering live on November 2nd at noon Eastern Standard Time. But I felt really strongly guided to get on immediately for some reason. My guides were really pushing me to get right into channeling today, and I feel it's because there's some type of really strong message that needs to come through. And the line that kept coming into my mind was, this is a catalyst, or this is a catalyst connection. So, of course, as always, only take my readings, my messages as they connect with you personally. These readings are meant to connect to different subsets of people who will be tuned in here on this channel. So not every reading will necessarily connect with everyone, but I am setting the intention for this video to reach whoever does need some message from this video today, and specifically someone who intuitively recognizes that they've been dealing with some kind of catalyst connection. Now, when I talk about a catalyst connection, and I am shuffling the cards here, beginning to pull a few cards, but these catalyst connections can also be twin flames, they can be soulmates, they can be karmic connections, they can be non-soul-based connections, just a person that seemingly randomly enters our life to push us to the next level. But that is really the entire point of these catalyst connections, is to elevate us to a higher level of our own existence. Now, if there is an underlying soul bond within a catalyst connection, such as a twin flame, a soulmate, whatever the case is, this also does mean that after the catalytic effect has taken place, it is possible from that shifted vantage point, from that up-leveled state that your catalyst has pushed you to and that you've pushed them to, it is possible to consciously choose to cultivate some kind of connection after that catalytic period of time. However, I am picking up on a situation that is very unique and interesting. In this situation, I'm seeing blue eyes for someone, but again, do remember that when I channel specific names, details, words, these are usually just meant for certain individuals, so they will not connect with everyone. But what I'm picking up from this catalyst situation is a masculine catalyst. Take the energy labels as they resonate, masculine, feminine, but I'm picking up that for most who will connect with this reading, this is a masculine catalyst who has a very dense, very heavy energy around him right now. Whereas the other person connected in this catalytic situation is a feminine, a divine feminine, who is most likely you listening to this reading, who has a much lighter energy around her. Now, I am getting that in the past, you, divine feminine, may have actually had a denser energy around yourself as well. In fact, when you first met this catalyst masculine in the physical world, you both may have, I'm hearing, mirrored the same dense, heavy energy, meaning that both of you may have been very 3D focused. Both of you may have been carrying around a lot of unconscious shadows. But what I'm getting is this person, either through touching your energy in some type of way or through a full-blown physical meeting, a physical connection, whatever it was for you, there was some kind of touching of your energies. This could have happened through a dream, through becoming consciously aware of each other, through seeing each other in the physical world. But whatever it was, this touching of your energies sparked a spiritual awakening within both of you. But what I'm getting is that for you, Divine Feminine, the way that this spiritual awakening has unfolded has been much different. I heard the name Lee, or the letters Lee, and potentially AY. These could be letter, initials, first or last name. But we have the walking away card in the upright position. I'm getting that through your connection to each other, you both had to, it almost feels like the word abandon. It felt like abandoning to the ego mind, but it was necessary. It was a withdrawal from people, situations, jobs, places that were lowering your vibration and keeping you stuck in unconscious states of being. I just keep seeing someone saying goodbye. And I felt this wave of heavy energy. I feel that, Divine Feminine, whoever you are listening to this reading, you may be someone who has had to say a lot of goodbyes in your life, potentially to people. I'm hearing potentially to ex-lovers, ex-partners, to even creating distance between yourself and certain family members who may have been more connected with the old version of you. But the greatest goodbye that you've had to say is the goodbye that you're saying now to a past version of yourself that you have outgrown. And just like an animal that shed its skin, that shell of who you used to be was never really who you are. It was a layer of you. And it was time to shed that layer. And ironically, the energy I'm picking up is that this catalyst masculine played a huge role in helping you shed that layer. I'm getting the letters SHAY, potentially in someone's name here. This masculine catalyst helped you shed that layer, and yet, ironically, he, in his physical 3D form, seems to still be desiring to connect with that old version of you that he has helped you level out of, that he has helped you outgrow. And I feel you just saying, no, this is the new me. I've shed that layer of myself. I can't go back there. I'm not that person anymore. It feels like you've ascended to a level that this masculine catalyst hasn't yet reached. And I am getting that there's an element of choice here, that he's chosen to remain stuck where he is for the time being. Now, of course, energy is constantly moving through us as the beautiful human beings that we are. We are designed to feel and to shift out these energies, and through shifting out the denser, heavier energies, to lighten our being, to essentially rise to these higher paradigms, these higher perspectives and levels of existence. So this process is taking place naturally, automatically, and yet at times very slowly and gradually in terms of 3D earth time within this masculine. So I want to know, whoa, okay, before I could even ask the question, we got the yin yang card. This is a twin flame card. So there is a very high chance that for whoever I'm connecting with, this is a twin flame. I'm hearing it's a twin flame, but you're walking away. And my eyes are like filling with tears right now, because whoever I'm speaking to, it feels like you have to leave behind, like your intuition is telling you, I have to leave behind. It's not even so much this person. It's this old version of you that you know is the one connecting with this person, because you know that this masculine catalyst and potential twin flame for some of you listening, although of course only you can know whether or not this is a twin flame. It feels like they are connecting with this past version of yourself. I'm specifically getting that this version of yourself that they are connected to may have struggled with self-worth, with self-confidence, you might look at her, this past version of you, and see her as being weaker in some way emotionally, being more susceptible to falling into patterns of manipulation. And I'm not necessarily talking about manipulation in this specific connection, but just in general in her life. Maybe she didn't use her voice. Oh, there's absolutely something coming through with the throat chakra. I'm getting that this past version of you, the version you've left behind, hasn't fully activated her throat chakra. And so what happens is, I'm hearing living in two worlds. At times you may have, because there is this torn, divided feeling here. I am sensing that a part of you does want to remain connected with this masculine catalyst. You do want to, I'm hearing, keep in touch or continue connecting. But what's happening here is, although you might have this very deep, profound soul bond that is always keeping you connected, sometimes you might find that when you interact in 3D with this person, you feel as though the energy around you becomes denser, becomes heavier. You feel weighted down. You might feel a tightness in your throat. You might even feel physical sensations, symptoms, signs, and it's not necessarily this other person as much as it is you falling back into old patterns and dynamics and trying to fit yourself into old versions of yourself in order to connect with them. Because intuitively, you recognize that when you're showing up as the most full-blown, awakened, healed version of yourself, it seems like temporarily this person will connect less with you in the physical 3D world. Like there just won't be as much of a bond there because you've become a new person. You've become a person that it's almost like their 3D focused self doesn't fully recognize energetically because, again, you've ascended to this higher level of being. You aren't the same person that you were when you first connected with this masculine catalyst. And I also feel with the anxiety card, the number 18 might be a significant number to someone. But I'm getting that when you're around this masculine, you might find yourself feeling really anxious, feeling worried. I'm getting this like tense feeling in your solar plexus region, in your gut. And I'm getting that it might feel like this has no trigger. So you might not really know why this is happening particularly. Like, why am I feeling this tension? I'm getting it in the back, neck, and shoulders too. Like, why am I feeling anxious when there's no trigger? And your spirit guides are saying that it's because you are trying to fit yourself, to squeeze yourself into this previous version of yourself. I keep seeing an animal like a hermit crab or something that has a shell, and shells in general, seashells or animals with a shell, something about that might be significant to you personally. But I'm getting that your guides are gently telling you that when you connect with this person, you have been trying to squeeze yourself into a smaller version of you that no longer fits, and that the time has come to no longer sacrifice the full-blown, fully activated, awakened, healed, confident, outspoken version of yourself, to no longer sacrifice that in order to connect in 3D with this person. Wow, very, very intense messages coming through in this reading. So in the extended version of the reading, we will be channeling more information about the catalyst connection that you, Divine Feminine, have with this masculine. We'll be reading a bit into your soul contract, potentially with this person, how you were meant to connect, how this connection was potentially meant to unfold in this lifetime, and also any spirit guide messages of guidance about moving forward in your life or in connection with this person. So the link to the extended Patreon reading with those additional messages is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But the Sun card in the midway position came out here. This is the card of new beginnings. And I see once again that energy of you having a foot in two places, Divine Feminine. There is a new beginning that is calling to you, a new phase of life. a brand new cycle. But somehow I feel this hesitancy. I feel this looking back. I'm getting that in this brand new beginning with the community card upright. Part of this new beginning is I'm hearing when you let go of heavy, dense energies that have been trying to pull you into past versions of yourself. And I don't feel these energies or people are doing this consciously. This feels unconscious. It feels like they are seeking resonance with their own density. So, for example, if you're feeling that dynamic with this catalytic masculine, it's not necessarily that he is trying to pull you down. It's that he is in this very dense state of being, and we as human beings seek energetic resonance with each other. So he is calling forth from you those denser aspects of yourself through your interactions, because that is where he is vibrationally at the moment. But I'm getting that as you release more of this need to attempt to shrink yourself in order to be in resonance with these people from your past. And this again could be friends, family, coworkers, others. But I see that as you have the courage to no longer seek resonance with others who might be choosing to remain in unconscious states of being, but as you make your main priority resonance with the highest vibrational version of your true self, that this begins to attract in a lot of soul connections into your life. With the community card, this feels like a very celebratory card. It has a very positive, happy energy. It feels like you connecting in with soulmates platonically, potentially romantically for some of you as well. But I have to say, I'm specifically picking up on divine feminine friends or soul family, potentially other platonic soul friendships, specifically with other feminine energies. And I'm getting that someone I'm connecting with here may have really struggled to attract these kinds of soul-based and platonic and beautiful, harmonious friendships into their life. And I see that being something coming in for you again as you have the courage to release these feelings of needing to shrink yourself to fit into old versions of you in order to make other people around you from your past feel more comfortable. It's strange because the dynamic I keep getting is like it doesn't really require you necessarily to take any strong action with these people, to walk away from them in most cases. Again, take it as it resonates for you, but in most cases, all it requires of you is the courage to really show up as that full-blown version of yourself and allow those who are meant for you, who are in alignment with that higher self, to rise to meet you there or to gravitate towards you, while simultaneously allowing those who are refusing to rise, who are committed to remaining stuck in their own unconscious patterns, to be repelled out of your life, potentially temporarily, not necessarily forever, but just to allow that attraction repulsion process to happen based on your true core soul frequency that you are now really beginning to embody and tap into. And we also have the cornucopia card in the upright position. This is a powerful card of manifestation, you becoming highly magnetic, because that core soul frequency is where your magnetism lies, in being, in showing up fully as your authentic self. And I have to say, this cornucopia card is sitting between the throat and the heart. So what this tells me is how you are going to start manifesting is through an activated throat chakra and an open heart, combining these two very powerful forces. Whereas in the past, you may have tried to kind of eke out manifestations, as most people do in 3D, from these very lower chakra centers, from the root, from the sacral, through action, through push, through trying to force these networking. For some reason, I'm hearing the word networking for someone, trying to kind of force these connections with other people, or to apply a lot of hard work and effort Whereas now I'm seeing that as you let go of those denser patterns and dynamics within you that need to prove something with action, you begin to step into this flow state through activating your throat chakra. I keep hearing like using your voice to attract abundance. It's almost like you're calling it in. So this could be literally singing, using your voice through writing, through the written word. I'm seeing someone writing a book. This could be using your voice through your art, through a business endeavor, but it feels like whatever this abundance avenue is, it's something that opens up in direct correlation to how courageous you are willing to be with activating and utilizing your true voice while maintaining an open heart. That's the beautiful thing. There is this combination of open-hearted, heart-centered energy, which of course the heart carries the highest vibrational, I should say the potential for the highest vibrational frequency of unconditional love. And it's ironic because the Angel of Love card also came out here, which is my unconditional love card. I feel that in letting go of the need to fit yourself into past versions of you, allowing yourself to expand, allowing yourself to evolve into who you are meant to be, rather than trying to make yourself into something that others might respond to more positively or that you think they might respond to more positively. I see that you, through this true act of self-love, through this true act of unconditional self-love, allowing yourself to really receive your own love into your being by no longer making yourself fit in spaces you don't fit or don't belong. This actually opens you up to being this beacon of unconditional love and light for others as well, because they will feel this love coming off of you energetically, this radical self-love that of course is equivalent to the frequency of unconditional love exuded outward. And this has an uplifting effect vibrationally, energetically, on not just the people directly around you physically in the 3D world, but on collective consciousness as well. I see you being this very powerful beacon. And I also see with indecision reverse that if there's been something in your life that has caused you to feel very stuck, very stagnant, your spirit guides want you to know that in part why you've been feeling stuck may be because you are trying to squeeze yourself to fit yourself into that old skin in order to find resonance with someone that you desire to remain 3D connected with. This could be in a love connection. This could be friendships, coworkers, a boss, whatever the case is. This has been that thing that's been generating a lot of anxiety or fear. And I just keep hearing, let that go. Let that fear go. And if you've been feeling stuck, when you let go of the fear and you live confidently from the heart, remaining activated through your throat chakra and open in your heart, allowing yourself to attract and repel others from your life accordingly by doing that inner work. Again, it's like, I don't see much physical action here. It feels like something you establish internally, a sense of deep confidence within yourself, a sense of deep self-love, and then everything else flows from there. But really what's required here is surrender. It's the courage to let go of what that attracting and repulsion process looks like. The surrender to let go of the timelines, the outcomes, particularly involving specific romantic or platonic relationships or physical 3D circumstances that may change as you hold an open heart, as you shine the light of your own unconditional love fiercely, bravely, consistently on yourself. But what I see here is as you show up in that way, indecision reverse, that stuck energy you may have been feeling begins to break loose. I see like sun breaking through the clouds, and things that may have seemed convoluted to you in the past are replaced by clarity. The path forward that may have felt very confusing in the past, very uncertain, actually becomes very clear through the inner work, through the frequency you are establishing within yourself. It's as though this choice to be radically self-loving, to be confident within yourself, and to allow yourself to rise into who you are really meant to be, opens the pathway and allows you to see it with clarity. It lifts the fog from that pathway as well. So in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more messages from your spirit guides, from your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with about this path forward that is becoming clear as you connect in with self-love. We will be speaking predictively into how things could continue to unfold for you moving into the future as you bravely choose this surrender state. So the link to those extended messages on Patreon is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But for now, I do want to see if I can channel any more messages that might want to come through. I'm actually going to go to the traditional tarot deck for this because I keep picking up as I was meditating for this reading, and then during the reading, there is this secondary masculine energy apart from this catalyst who appears to be on the outskirts of your life. This may or may not resonate for everyone. This may be someone you've met. This might be someone coming into your life. This person has been coming up quite a bit in some of the recent readings. I just keep hearing waiting, like waiting for you to be ready. This feels like the type of person who has a kind of love for you where they would patiently wait forever just for the opportunity to connect with you. This person has a very gentle, loving energy. And this situation is coming up as the Queen of Cups. I feel like this person is really in their feelings about you. Now, again, this could be someone's soul essence feeling this way about you because of a soul bond you share. And these feelings could be coming from past life connections. If you've not met this person in this physical lifetime, but they keep saying it to me as I'm channeling this, you've met me, you know me. So that could mean you have met them in this life, or it could just mean they're speaking to your soul. And when you connect with this person physically, you will have that deja vu feeling of, I feel like I've met you before, because you have spent, I'm hearing, many happy lifetimes together. This feels like it absolutely could be a very high vibrational soul mate situation. For most listening, for some, this could be a twin flame as well. But it feels like this person is very sure about their feelings for you, and they've either been open about how they feel, or they want to be open about how they feel very quickly upon connecting with you. There is deep feeling here and a desire to care for you from this person. It also feels like your connection is mutual in the sense that there is this deep desire to I'm hearing to love on each other, to care for each other in a very warm, gentle way. And it's a desire that springs up naturally. It's not forced or pushed in any type of way. So what else can I channel about this masculine here, kind of on the outskirts? Okay. So we have Queen of Swords, but this kind of came out in the midway position. So I feel that in order to connect more with this person in 3D, if this is what you desire, Divine Feminine, you and what this person maybe is waiting for here is for you to fully step into your Queen of Swords energy. There's already that Queen of Cups energy, so there's a deep bond of mutual feeling and emotion here. It's very gentle, it's very warm. Regardless of whether you've met this person, that's just the type of soul bond that you share. The words near future are coming out, so you could either be meeting this person in the near future, or perhaps this is someone that you are going to be seeing again in the near future if you've connected in the past. But with this Queen of Swords energy, this card represents someone's thoughts dominating their feelings. And what I see is you, Divine Feminine, might at times be very in your head about this connection, in part because of those old, denser energies you might be holding on to, specifically that catalytic masculine situation that came through at the beginning of the reading. You might be still working on establishing the ability to vocalize your wants, your needs, your boundaries within a connection or relationship. And I feel that this masculine here, this soulmate kind of energy, is very encouraging of you doing that, of you vocalizing what you need from them, from others, you establishing those boundaries. Whereas it feels like other people, divine feminine from your past, have been very discouraging of you from vocalizing what you need, from setting those boundaries. And because of this, your past interactions with others, either family members growing up, this could be romantic ex-partners, this could be that catalytic masculine, but regardless, those who discouraged you from vocalizing what you need in a relationship or connection, from vocalizing how you feel even, those interactions weakened your throat chakra energy when it comes to relationships. And I see that in part what this person is waiting for is for you to clearly decide, determine what is best for you, what you want. Again, this could involve letting go of someone or something from your past in order to move forward in this connection, if that's what you desire to do. But again, there's just this warm kind of waiting, patient, gentle energy around this person. I feel like they are very encouraging, again, of you setting those boundaries, you expressing what you want and need. And also they push you or encourage you to stand up for yourself, not just romantically, but in business, in work, in your family life, in other areas of your life as well. And it's a really beautiful thing. They see you as this intelligent, radiant, beautiful being. And I see that they want to help you to protect that radiance. They have kind of a protector energy to them as well. So again, I know that pieces of this reading will connect with some and not with others. But if this portion about this secondary masculine energy, this soulmate potentially, if this is connecting with you, I will be channeling more messages about your connection to this soulmate masculine, what he is consciously thinking and feeling towards you, and what he might want to say to you at this time. So the link to that extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. But to close this YouTube reading here, I'm going to pull just one final Rumi Oracle card. And this card is Enter the Garden of Delights. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. You have been granted entry into sacred space. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love, the sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. Sometimes, a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time, perhaps expressed through the preference for what is known over what is unknown, what is familiar and comfortable compared to that which is unfamiliar and uncomfortable. To tussle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem so risky, with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than the slow death of a precious human soul suffocated by fear and inertia? That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. To come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. You have heard it, felt it already. Nothing is dying in you but fear, so that the heart can live more freely. Wow, a really beautiful closing message. So again, if you would like to join me over on the extended reading on Patreon, the link to all of that is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Otherwise, I do invite you to subscribe to this channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Have a beautiful start to the rest of your week, and I will talk to you again in Friday's reading.